A pleasure to see a lot of you again, and some of you who I haven't seen yet today, welcome. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, and let's see what we're going to do tonight. All right, so language foundation, here we go. So welcome to class 3. Let's see what we're going to focus on tonight. If you don't know me, you probably know me by now. I'm Mary Burch Harmon. I go by MB. That's the easiest way to talk to me. Welcome to class. It's good to see you. So tonight, we're going to do a little bit of a partner share, as we always do at the beginning, just to say hi to your partner before you work with them later in the day. And then we're going to go over the format for giving presentations in English. I'm just going to pull out some key points for you to remember and to focus on. And from there, we're going to practice adding more ideas. So our focus of tonight is to use the format that we were using before last week and to add some more examples or information or details to make our speech a little bit longer. So last week you had to speak for 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm hoping this week that we're going to aim for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or maybe even 3 minutes. Do you think you can do it? Yeah? Big thumbs up? Yeah? I hope so. So you'll have time to practice your speech with a partner. We're going to practice one together, and then you'll have time to practice with your partner. So what we're going to share at first tonight is, what could you do as a child that you cannot do now? Can you explain? So just take a moment and think, what could you do as a child that you cannot do now? And you're going to share that with your partner, okay? I'm going to come back to you so we can all see each other. Everybody have an idea in your mind? Hopefully. Hopefully, yes. Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a moment. You're going to go say hi to your partner, and you're going to tell them what you think. Okay. So let me see here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Everybody have an idea in your mind? Yeah. Okay. Kind of, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Just give it your best shot and say hello to your partner and tell them what you think. Okay. Here we go. Hello. All right, so if you're coming to us from YouTube Live, hello, it's good to see you. I'm going to be going into the rooms in 1 moment. I just need to make sure everybody has a space to go, okay? So you have a chance to think about what's something that you could do as a child that you cannot do right now, okay? So I'm going to go to room 1 and say hello.
Shout. But now I stop and you and I.
Okay. Today I'm gonna speak about what I could do as a child, and today now I can't do anymore.
Yes.
So first of all, I could play all day long and don't worry with my other things to do. So I didn't have to pay bills. I didn't have to do my food.
Okay. Hi, MB.
Hi. How are you doing?
Fine. We just discovered that me and Evelyn are from the same city.
That's awesome. Good job.
Yeah, we are so excited.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Recife.
In Recife. Okay, perfect.
We just said that we're gonna call each other to
Good
speak.
idea. Good idea.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. Good job. How wonderful to discover that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's try.
Go.
Okay.
Bye. See you soon.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
Stella, help me. So, have you already shared something?
Yes, but we can share again to help you. So I said that I wish I could rope jump. I don't know if it's the right word, but it's like a pular corda, rope jump, because now I'm, sorry.
Sorry. Just change the order. Jump rope.
Yeah, jump rope. Yeah, jump rope. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just,
welcome. Yeah,
you know, in English is different.
that's okay.
And also, I nowadays I'm more concerned about health, so I don't eat so much sweets as I would as a child, like lots of cans and soft drink and those things. Now we have to be more healthy.
Right.
Can you understand, Anna? I think she had a connections trouble,
Yeah.
so we are just repeating MB.
Okay.
Because she just entered, so she wants to understand.
Yeah, here she comes again.
Yeah, she's back.
Come back.
I'll be back.
I'm back.
Yeah, good. I'm back.
I actually live very near to a forest, so my internet is.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, MB.
How's it going?
Well,
Oh,
thank
it's so
you.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes, we miss
So good.
childhood.
We need to go back to childhood, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What did you say? What's one thing that you could do as a child but you can't do now?
Aguinaldo used it to play a lot, and have free time. And now he has many responsibilities, so he only can take care of his son, who now is a child.
Right. Wonderful.
Yeah. Tilia's speech was so beautiful when she said that she missed the company of her grandparents.
Wow.
It's really beautiful.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that I cannot have back, Maybe I can play a crazy person and have my Barbies with me, but I cannot. I don't know. Some people when grow old or they have Alzheimer and they go back to this phase of the childhood. my grandmother, she played a lot with dolls when
Okay.
she was.
Yeah. I think it's unfortunate when we become adults that we don't play because we need to play, right? It's good for the heart, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The problem now is the pandemic with that we cannot like leave, and when we go out, it's like looking other people. Oh no! Don't come!
It's really crazy, right? It's like a paranoia. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
In a big city, it's a super tense, but in a small towns, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But in the big cities are so stressful.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good job, guys. I'm gonna bring everybody back. Okay. Thanks for
All
sharing.
right.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
See you soon. Hi. Fernanda, how was your speech?
It
was awesome. It was really good.
Oh, good job. Good job. Glad to hear
Thank you.
that. Yeah. Yeah. How did everybody do? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Would anyone like to share something that you could do as a child but you can't do now? Kind of a funny question, huh? Yeah.
I could play all day long and not get worried about the time or bills or things to do.
Yeah.
My only job was to get fun. It was very good.
Exactly. And I liked, I liked how you structured your talk when you were with your partners. You said, first, I would like to talk about this. Second, good practice. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share? What's one thing you could do as a child, but you can't do now? So many things, right? Anybody else want to say?
I said I miss going to the free playground on restaurants like McDonald's.
Yeah.
And that I also miss sleeping during church services without being fed.
Good examples, Anna. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I guess you could still go to the playground at McDonald's if you wanted to, right? Right? And you could still sleep through a church service, but people probably wouldn't like that, right? Good. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yes. I told to Gabriel that when I was a kid, I had so much time to play video games. Now, so I had the money to buy them. Now that I have much money to buy them, I don't have time. And that's why my son is blessed, because he had 9 years old and I bought the video games, but he is the one who plays it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have so much time.
That's too bad. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to share my experience.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Given of my friend Luis Alberto, that play a lot
Hello,
of
hello, Carlos.
Hello. My case, I lived on a farm and I didn't have video games, computer, and what I used to do at that time was fishing. I was addicted to fishing.
Interesting.
And that was the story I share with my partner, that I used to go to school in the morning, and after lunch, just going to the middle of the jungle, because it was a jungle there, Rondônia. And I used to fish most of my evenings. Great time for me. I miss that time because now I just have to work and to be in a computer. Oh my goodness, I would like to return that time.
Yeah, wow. Thanks for sharing. Thanks so much. Yeah. We need to have these things that we like to do, right? Not work all the time. It's too much, right? Yeah. So maybe we can capture some of the things that we did as a child. Maybe we can capture them again. I hope. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Okay. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen and let's look at what we're going to focus on tonight. So thanks for sharing with your partner. Just some class reminders, just some key points. So we're trying to work on our speaking, and particularly for speeches and presentations, and our writing, okay? So next week, we're gonna start working on our writing, and hopefully you will see how the two are very related, and maybe if you figure out how the formula is for one, it can help you with the formula for another. I hope, okay? That's my hope, is to connect those two for you, okay? Please ask questions when you don't understand. If I'm talking about something or your partner's talking about something, please just ask, okay? If you don't know, that's okay. And try your best. And of course, meet new people and have fun. What's interesting is a lot of you are making connections to people in your same city, sometimes at your same school, right? That's amazing. So who knew you'd come to class with me and you'd meet somebody in your same city? That's amazing. So I'm so happy to hear that. Okay. So some ideas to keep in mind from the last two classes about giving a presentation or giving a speech in English, just some ideas to keep in mind. So one is that we often have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. A body just simply means that you're giving your supporting ideas, okay? Hopefully we will have time tonight to listen to one example of a speech. But if not, if you're listening on your own, you will see that most English speakers organize it in this certain way, okay? Maybe you do the same exact thing in Portuguese. We're very direct in English that we want our listener to follow us in a certain way, okay? So your transition words are always going to help you be very clear about what you want the listener to hear from you, okay? So things like saying, today I'm going to talk about, or tonight I'm going to talk about, and then saying first, second, third, or next, or this idea, or whatever it is, you're going to help the listener very easily pick up those ideas. It's the same that we talked about in TOEFL class, and it's the same when you listen to lectures from professors. They're going to do the same format, all right? And what I'm pointing this out, the reason why I'm pointing this out for you is just to get yourself to start paying attention to that, okay? If it's not your habit and it's kind of going past you very quickly, it might just help to start paying attention to that. So then you can get these ideas. Oh, right, she just said that, so she's going to say this next, okay? It can help you pull out the main ideas. I think we mentioned this last week, but I'm just going to review it because it also ties into when you're writing. So I talk about something called the TAP, okay? The TAP is always talking about your topic. So when you think about giving a presentation, you're going to think about what is my topic, right? Your A is always going to be who is your audience, all right? So it means who are you giving this presentation to? Your presentation to a group of your colleagues might be very different than giving a presentation to the president of your university or the president of your company, okay? So you need to think about how you're using your language to meet who the audience is, okay? And also you need to think about what's your purpose? What is your point? What do you want the audience or your listeners to walk away with after you're finished speaking, okay? I saw some of you just when you were just talking about what you could do as what you did as a child but cannot do now, you started to organize it in that way. That's wonderful. It's just a little bit of practice. It just takes a little bit of practice to get our minds to use that format and to practice in this class to just keep trying to do it, okay? So you will start to notice that you can pick out very easily what the topic is. You can also pick out probably pretty easily who the audience is and then what the purpose is, okay? These things also apply to writing. So next week when we start writing, I'm going to be saying the same thing about the TAP, okay? And it's just something we have to keep in mind so it will help you focus when you're writing and when you're speaking, okay? So last week we talked about this little format and you gave a 1 minute, 30-second speech to your partner and it was about a specific topic, okay? So this is just an overall suggestion, a possible format for you to follow as you're giving a presentation or speech, okay? What I thought we could do tonight is think about what we said last week. So this was our prompt last week. Some of you had some really good ideas on how to support that, right? So we talked about schools should have only healthy food. No junk food should be allowed in schools. You could agree with that or disagree with that. And then you have to give your reasons why, okay? Last week, we tried to aim for 2 to 3 reasons why, okay? Does everyone kind of remember that from last week? You have an idea in your head how you did it? Yeah? Okay. So what I thought we could do tonight is to look at another example and try to add more information together and then practice with your partner by yourself, okay? So today's focus is to try to speak for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? If you're feeling very ambitious, you can try to speak for 3 minutes, okay? You can try, okay? And the topic is your choice. I'll show you in a moment what the choices are. Your audience are all the students in this class. You can include me in that, okay? And your purpose is to explain to them your opinions about whatever the topic is. So you're going to choose, and then you're going to say your opinion, whether you support it or not, agree, disagree, whatever it is, you're going to try to ideas very clearly about that, okay? And what we're going to try to practice tonight is giving more information, expanding what we're talking about, okay? And that means we're going to add more information. Does anyone know how to do that already? So just looking back at this formula, sorry, here. Does anyone know how to add more information to this? I'm going to come back to you. Anyone have any ideas of what you would say or what you would do to add more information?
In addition?
Yeah,
Can I
good
say?
job. Good job.
addition?
Right. So you can use transition words like in addition. Good job. Give a personal example. Excellent job. Excellent.
Furthermore,
Say again.
furthermore,
Furthermore, yeah. Furthermore. Yeah, good job.
moreover,
Yeah, moreover, good job. Okay, so let's think for a second. What if you had to talk about, I love chocolate. So what if you had to talk about all the reasons why you love chocolate? Okay. Okay. And you're going to say, first, I love chocolate because it tastes so delicious. Okay. Is there anything I can put right after that to give more information?
It reminds me my childhood when my mother used to bake a chocolate cake.
You're making me
on,
hungry. Yes.
on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, yeah, right. So Inata added a personal example, okay? So you can always add examples, okay? You can add more details to support that exact first point. So I love chocolate because it tastes so wonderful. Then you're going to add a reason or example or more details simply for that one reason. You got it? Okay. And then you're going to add another reason, a new reason. I love chocolate because there are a variety of flavors, for example. Then you're going to add more information specifically to that new reason. You got it? So it works the same in writing. You write your reason, then you add an example to that. Then you write another reason, you add an example to that. It makes your writing and your speech get longer and clearer, okay? So someone listening to you or someone reading what you wrote can clearly see why you feel the way that you do. You got it? Okay. So maybe this is very easy for you to do. Tonight, we're going to try to practice it, okay? So let's look back. So we set this. We're going to aim for 2 minutes and 30 seconds tonight, and we're going to practice adding more information. Just some examples, maybe you know this, but just some examples are to say, for example, blah, 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 okay? Or for instance, that's the same meaning as for example, okay? And you're going to give whatever example that is. You might say one example of this is, and you're going to say blah, 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 whatever it is to support that, okay? You could also use the word namely. If you don't know what that means or never heard of that, it just means you're going to be very specific about an example or a detail that you'd like to share. You can also say, as an example. You can say blah, 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 whatever it is an excellent, clear, perfect example of this, okay? You can use that to put your idea first and then use this as at the end of your sentence, okay? This is very common in English to say to illustrate this. Is everybody familiar with that phrase? Yeah, yeah. So illustrate is like to paint a picture or to draw something. Okay, so to illustrate this, blah, 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 you're going to explain. I just gave you a couple ways to use to illustrate this if you're not familiar. So blah, blah, blah is a perfect way to illustrate this, or the best example to illustrate this is, okay, or to illustrate this, think about blah, 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 and you're going to say what your example is, okay? Or you could simply say in particular. All right. So all of these are on a handout that I'm going to give to you at the end of class. You're welcome to take notes now, or you're welcome to just listen. And this will also be on a handout at the end. Okay. So these are just ways to add more information to what your reasons or whatever benefits you're talking about, whatever your points are. This is a way to add more information. You will hear people speaking in English, in speeches and in writing, that they're going to do this very clearly, okay? And you can simply highlight, oh, right, she's supporting that reason, or, oh, right, that's her second point, right? And she's adding a detail to that, okay? So for example, using the same format, you might go down, using the same format. I want to begin with blah, 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 okay, when you get to your first reason. And then you might say, for example, and you're going to give a reason specifically about that reason. And then you might say, my next point is, you're going to explain that. And then you're going to say, for instance, this is just a possible structure, okay? Or you're going to say, finally, my last point is, and you're going to say, to illustrate this, blah, blah, blah. All right, and you're going to give your example or your details or your personal example to give more information. And then you're going to finally close it by saying to sum up, in conclusion, finally, and you're going to close that little speech. All right, is everybody okay? So this is kind of you're just adding more information. You're simply adding more information to the structure that we practiced last week. All right. And you're just going to do that so that your opinion gets stronger. All right. Because someone listening to you is like, oh, right. She thinks chocolate is the best food in the world because of A, B, and C, right? And I have all these examples from her, which helped me understand why. All right. And these are just simple ways that you can continue to add more information to make your argument stronger, okay? If you end up in the US next year and you're studying in a graduate program or undergraduate program, you will hear people in class speaking like this, all right? They're going to give their reasons and they're going to give their examples to support it, okay? Your professor might also expect you to say that as well, all right? The same in writing, they're going to expect you to support what you're saying, okay? And we think in English that we need to be direct about what our points are and why we feel that way, okay? Okay, so let's try one together. I know we did this last week. We're going to try a different opinion and we're going to see if we can think of some ideas, what our points are, and then add examples for each point. Okay, we're going to do it together. So I'm going to bring this over to the chat, but just look at what the opinion is first. All right. So our opinion that we're going to talk about tonight is celebrities earn too much money. How do you feel about that? Is that true?
I think it's true.
Yeah.
It's really, really true.
It's really, really true. I like that. I like that. Okay, so let's think about what are some reasons why we think this. You can type in the chat. What's one reason why you think this?
I think it's a job which people like too much, so they enjoy that kind of job or that kind of program. So because of that, they earn a lot of money.
Okay.
Because they make a lot of money.
Right. So they make a lot of money, right? And why do we think it's too much money?
Because if you're too famous, if you're a celebrity, you're gonna make money only because it's you saying that you wear something, that you like something, so you can make a lot of money with marketing.
Yeah, good
so
point.
I think it's too much money for almost doing nothing, just existing.
Okay, good point.
I say.
Go ahead.
My opinion is the reason that celebrity make a lot of money is because their field of influence. They influence a lot of people, and these influenced people could buy things that they indicate, and companies will sell more, and this part of this money return to celebrities in a certain way.
Right. Good point.
I also think that maybe the reason why we think that they earn too much money is because we maybe make comparisons between celebrities and other professions that we might think that could earn a lot more.
Right.
For example, professors, doctors, and the list goes on.
Good point.
In particular, I don't think all the celebrities earn too much money, because when we think about one celebrity earning too much money, we think about Neymar and people like him, but we forget about famous actors and actresses that are very poor and they don't have money to pay health insurance, or they don't have money to buy houses and things like that. So I don't think all the celebrities earn too much money.
Good point. So we could change it to not all celebrities earn too much money. We could change it if you feel like that's more of what we all agree with. This is like a showstopper. We don't want to talk about this.
If we look into a wider perspective, perhaps they don't earn that much money because they have an entire staff behind them. They're not persons. They're kind of companies.
Right.
They're not just receiving money to put in their pockets. They have like the entire structure behind them.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so whichever way you're leaning, if not all celebrities earn too much money, or you think celebrities earn too much money, can you think of some reasons why you would support either way, and see if you can think of some examples of that? Okay, so just think for one moment, what's one reason you feel either way, and try to think of an example to support that exact reason, okay? So just think for a moment. And then if you're ready, you can share it in the chat.
Can I say something?
Of course.
I also think that the industry of celebrities earn too much money because they produce entertainment, and people want to pay for that because living this world is too hard, and art and culture are fundamental to us.
Yeah, good point. Thanks for sharing, Rebecca. Yeah. So you're welcome to share maybe one of your reasons plus a detail to add to that. Mm-hmm. Good point. Yeah. Yeah, good point. Okay, so we're just going to practice for about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to send you off with your partner. What you're going to do is staying with this idea. You can say whether you agree with it or not. Okay, you can choose. And just try to say one reason and support that reason with details or with more examples. Okay, just to practice. And then we're going to look at another example and see if you can practice giving more details with your partner in a more structured thing. For right now, just choose one reason and try to support that exact reason. Okay, so I'm going to send you off with your partner, and I'll see you soon. Hi, Tiago. Did it come up for you? Yeah.
Tonight I will talk about why I think celebrities or athletes earn so much money. We can see they bought giant mansions, giant apartments, and this make us think about how much money they really earn and how much they work for that money. I think they really earn that money because they work a lot.
And she said something else to support two different visions. Do you remember exactly what she said?
Hello, teacher.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Go ahead, my friend. Sorry.
Teacher, I was asking him because I was making some notes at the time you explained two different points. The main point is celebrity earns too much money.
Mm-hmm.
And after you explained two different things, and we had to support this or that idea.
Right.
But I lose these 2 points because I was making notes, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So the second one, I'll put it in the chat, was not all celebrities earn too much money. So you can choose which one you feel like is one you can support. And then see if you can think of some reasons for that and add some details for that. Okay?
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Good question. Good luck.
Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Want to start? Hi, teacher.
You guys okay?
Okay.
Hello, teacher.
I finished now. I finished now my speech, and I
Repeat, please.
So now I think it's my time. Good evening, everybody. I'm here today to talk about this topic. In my opinion, I don't think all
soccer players, we have the stunt celebrities like the Big Brothers.
Yeah.
In 100 days of enclosure on TV, when they go out of the Big Brother, they are millionaires. They just don't have to be the winner of the program, just to be there 50 days. When they go out, they earn much money.
To help their image to be in that way. That's why I think making a lot of money, it's just for them.
Great point. You can convince me.
Good job, Aguinaldo.
Yeah,
Great point.
I'm staying. I did a 1 minute and 40-second speech, defending how celebrities deserve to be well paid.
I love it. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm not against that. I believe they should be well paid, but I think that's not a problem, because many people think because in another profession should have a better paycheck, so they like to take the money of the celebrity to give them. I don't know what crazy idea they have, but they have.
Good point.
And they are unique human beings, it's not a...
Celebrities don't earn too much money. Why? I think not all celebrities earn too much money. And I have some reasons to think like this. So the first reason is, I think for the amount of exposure that they have for having a public life, maybe they should earn more money compared to other professions.
It's hi. I feel shame. Okay. In other times we didn't have this type of audience because celebrities are limited to TV, and now we have Instagram and other kind of media. So I believe that celebrities nowadays earn money from their
the sport, and I was attacked by men. Portanto,
because of this.
Então,
So
in marketing digital, in digital market, is salary inequality than men's and women's.
Mm-hmm.
Finish.
Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? You okay?
It's difficult to
Yes, yes.
to think about this because I needed to organize my thoughts.
Right, right, right. So it's maybe a difficult opinion. I do have one more example that you can choose your opinion. This one I was just giving you one choice, but I'm happy to see that you're organizing your thoughts. It's really wonderful, right? So if someone asks you, you can say because of this, this, and this very easily. That's wonderful. Yeah. Just from 2 weeks, right? Yeah, good job. Good job. Okay, we're going to come back in a minute. Yeah, we're going to come back and we're just going to check in with everyone and we'll see if everyone wants to practice one more time and you can choose your topic. Okay, this time it was maybe a little difficult because I was giving it to you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, good job. Good job. How is it? Good?
I tried.
That's the most important thing. Most important thing. Welcome back. Yeah. So how did you feel about that one? This may be a difficult topic. Some of you are like, no. How did you feel? Yeah. Your heart was racing. Yeah. How did you do?
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah, good. Good.
It's a hard subject, but it's okay because I've never thought about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of that, it's hard to say something about it. But it's not a polemic.
Right.
Right. It's not a polemic subject, but it's hard to say because I have never thought about it.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Anybody else want to say? Are you feeling a little more comfortable?
Fernanda and I agree that some celebrities show more than they really earn.
Okay. Good point. Good point. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so maybe that was a difficult challenge to give you that idea, and then you have to support it or not support it. So tell me what you would like to do. So we have 10 more minutes. I think what I see is from doing practice, I see you, this is my opinion, I see you getting a little more confident and a little more relaxed about just speaking or saying what your opinion is. Is that true? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so would you like to do one more example and you can choose what the opinion is? Okay, I have a list of things that you could talk about. It's just one idea and you can choose one that speaks to you. Or would you like to look at an example and see if you can hear the different parts of the speech? What would be the best next thing for you? So would you like to, number one is, would you like to practice one more time with your partner and you get to choose the topic? Or number two is, would you like to listen to an example speech and see if you can see how they organized it. So can you put up number 1 or number 2? Yeah. It looks like we're half and half, right? Okay, so let's see. Wow, a lot of twos. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you the examples for you to choose from, okay? But we are gonna listen to number 2. So we are gonna listen to an example. This is a TED Talk, so don't let that scare you. It's a 3-minute TED Talk, okay? It is very polished, which means he probably practiced a lot. So don't think like, OMB, I could never speak like that, okay? I'm not showing you this example for that reason. What I want you to try to practice is seeing how he organized his speech. Okay, so you're going to hear him talk right at the beginning, and he's going to say what his topic is. All right, you're going to think about how did he hook the listeners? Okay, and you're going to see if you can find his reasons why he says this topic. All right, and finally, you're going to look at how he closes this little speech. Okay. It is 3 minutes long, so I just want to point out some cultural references that you might not know, and I don't want you to get lost on. Okay, so let's go here. So these are just some expressions, and I just want to make sure you know what they mean. Does everyone know what this means? To be stuck in a rut? To be stuck in a rut means that you do the same thing over and over and over again, and you don't have any new ideas or new growth, okay? A rut is like in the ground. If you get stuck there, you're just doing the same things over and over again. It makes you crazy, okay? He's going to talk about something called following in the footsteps. This is an expression. Does everyone know that? No, no, question mark. Okay, following the footsteps means to follow someone's ideas, right? So if you liked certain celebrities' ideas, you might want to do the same thing that they do. For example, if you like the way a person lives their lives, you might follow the same philosophy, the same way that they live their lives, okay? He's talking about adding a habit or subtracting a habit. Everybody okay with that? What that means? Yeah? Yeah, okay. He makes a reference to someone named Morgan Spurlock. Does anyone know who that is? He made the movie Super Size Me. It's about McDonald's. He is the actor in that movie. It's a movie about himself. And he has a challenge that in 30 days, you can change your habits. The man's name is Morgan Spurlock. Okay, you will see a picture of him. Okay. How about this expression, a computer nerd? Yeah. A nerd is like someone who is always thinking about the research. A computer nerd is like always at his, yeah, like a geek, is always at their computer, right? They're maybe a little bit awkward with people, right? Is a computer nerd, okay? He says, if you want something badly enough, okay, you'll hear him say it. It means that if you really have passion about it, you can make it happen, okay? And then he uses this expression, from scratch. Do you know that? It means from the beginning, from almost nothing, okay? A scratch is like to scratch on your skin. If you make a cake from scratch, means you make everything. You don't use a packet. you make it yourself. Okay. John Hodgman is just a reference. He's a writer in English. He's an American writer. Okay. I think there's one more. Yeah, he says at the end, likely to stick. What it means is that if something sticks in your brain, like sticks on you, likely to stick means that you will actually do it. Okay. If you're using my ideas, my tips, and they stick in your brain, means they're stuck there. They're going to help you change your habit. Everybody okay? Yeah? Okay. So let's watch the clip. Just see what you can get out of it. And we're going to come right to the end and just see if you can hear how he organized his speech.
A few years ago, I felt like I was stuck in a rut. So I decided to follow in the footsteps of the great American philosopher, Morgan Spurlock, and try something new for 30 days. The idea is actually pretty simple. Think about something you've always wanted to add to your life and try it for the next 30 days. It turns out 30 days is just about the right amount of time to add a new habit or subtract a habit, like watching the news, from your life. There's a few things that I learned while doing these 30-day challenges. The first was, instead of the months flying by forgotten, the time was much more memorable. This was part of a challenge I did to take a picture every day for a month. And I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing that day. I also noticed that as I started to do more and harder 30-day challenges, my self-confidence grew. I went from desk-dwelling computer nerd to the kind of guy who bikes to work for fun. Even last year, I ended up hiking up Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. I would never have been that adventurous before I started my 30-day challenges. I also figured out that if you really want something badly enough, you can do anything for 30 days. Have you ever wanted to write a novel? Every November, tens of thousands of people try to write their own 50,000-word novel from scratch in 30 days. It turns out all you have to do is write 1,667 words a day for a month. So I did. By the way, the secret is not to go to sleep until you've written your words for the day. You might be sleep deprived, but you'll finish your novel. Now, is my book the next great American novel? No, I wrote it in a month. It's awful. But for the rest of my life, if I meet John Hodgman at a TED party, I don't have to say, I'm a computer scientist. No, if I want to, I can say, I'm a novelist. So here's one last thing I'd like to mention. I learned that when I made small, sustainable changes, things I could keep doing, they were more likely to stick. There's nothing wrong with big, crazy challenges. In fact, they're a ton of fun, but they're less likely to stick. When I gave up sugar for 30 days, day 31 looked like this. So here's my question to you. What are you waiting for? I guarantee you the next 30 days are going to pass whether you like it or not. So why not think about something you have always wanted to try and give it a shot for the next 30 days? Thanks.
Okay. What did you think? It's too fast? No, it's okay.
Okay, with subtitles is okay to follow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Could you pick up some of how he organized it? Yeah.
It's super packed. It's it's the format. Of course, it's a rehearsed thing, but it's so well packed. Probably he started with a 15-minute speech and then cutting to reach the 3-minute speech.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
he's a computer engineer, but I think he's also an actor.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
He does.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. He does something very intelligent that he does the introduction, and he puts the activities that he's gonna talk about it on the TED Talk. So what he did in 30 days, what you can do or not. And then he starts to talk on the TED Talk.
Yeah, good job. Good observation. Yeah. So he's talking about, he says right away, this is what I'm going to talk about. And then he lists it right there. So if you didn't catch it, if you were distracted or you didn't catch what he said, you can see it, right? Yeah. And did you notice he gave a reason and then he tried to give an example, right? So I know it's a very polished, which means very perfect speech, but I hope it just gives you an idea of how we organize it and how we follow this format, okay? So TED Talks are really special. And I was trying to find a student example of a speech. I'll still keep searching, but I thought this was easy enough to follow, to just see the format, okay? That it's something that you could also do. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, when I was watching the video, for me, it sounds that I don't have enough vocabulary because it's quite difficult to use words in a way he used, like from snatch, you know, not slangs, but let me see the right word, phrasal verbs is quite difficult for foreign.
Sure. Thanks for saying that. Yeah. So it might have been a little bit higher than your level, but hopefully you can just see how it's formed and follow how it's formed. Okay. And I'll keep searching for another example that will help kind of simplify that. Okay. All right. So we're right at 7 o'clock, or maybe it's 8 o'clock there. It's 7 o'clock here. So I just want to share with you, I do have a handout for tonight. And this is going to go through some of the key points that I shared on the PowerPoint. Maybe this is the same from last week. Okay. Here's some examples for you to add more information. All right. And then this is a possible format you could use. And this is what I was hoping that we would get to, that you would choose an opinion and then try to practice with that, okay? After that, there are all these resources. Some of these are the same as last time. But if you have time and you have time to look at these resources, they're just going to give you more ideas about how to structure your speech and how to practice for giving your speech, okay? So I'm going to put this in the chat and you take a look, okay? Okay, so next week when we have Language Foundation again, we're gonna move into writing, all right? So we're gonna spend 3 weeks working on our writing. But please, if you still have questions about organizing your speech or organizing a presentation, please bring those questions. I'm happy to answer them, okay? Or if you want more suggestions about where to look to practice or more ideas about how to practice, please ask, okay? We're all in the same group for these 6 weeks together, so I'm happy to help you with that, okay? It was so wonderful to see you again tonight. Thanks for coming back. Yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay. Have a good night.
Here with you. God bless you always.
Yeah. Take care. Good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye. Good night.